Good afternoon, Indigo class. And here is the final part of the Enormous Crocodile. If you can't remember where we got up to last time, just go back and have a listen to part 3. Jill turned and ran. So did all the other children. Even the man who was working the roundabout jumped off it and ran away as fast as he could. The Enormous Crocodile cursed the roly-poly bird and waddled back into the bushes to hide. "I'm so hungry now," he said to himself. "I could eat 6 children before I'm full up." Ooh. I'm not cooking children for my tea, that's for sure. Just outside the town, there was a pretty little field with trees and bushes all around it. This was called the picnic place. There were several wooden tables and long benches, and people were allowed to go there and have a picnic at any time. The Enormous Crocodile crept over to the picnic place. There was no one in sight. "Now for clever trick number 4, he whispered to himself. He picked a lovely bunch of flowers and arranged it on one of the tables. From the same table, he took away one of the benches and hid it in the bushes. Then he put himself in the place where the bench had been. By tucking his head under his chest and by twisting his tail out of sight, he made himself look very much like a long wooden bench with 4 legs. Soon, 2 boys and 2 girls came along carrying baskets of food. They were all from one family, and their mother had said they could go out and have a picnic together. "Which table shall we sit at?" one said. "Ooh, let's take the table with the lovely flowers on it," she said. The Enormous Crocodile kept as quiet as a mouse. "I shall eat them all," he said to himself. "They will come and sit on my back, and I will swizzle my head round quickly, and after that it'll be squish, crunch, gollop." Suddenly, a big, deep voice from the jungle shouted, "Stand back, children! Stand back! Stand back!" The children stopped and stared at the place where the voice was coming from. Then, with a crashing of branches, Trunky the elephant came rushing out of the jungle. "That's not a bench you were going to sit on," he bellowed. "It's the Enormous Crocodile, and he wants to eat you all up." Trunky trotted over to the spot where the Enormous Crocodile was standing, and quick as a flash, he wrapped his trunk around the crocodile's tail and hoisted him up into the air. "Hey, let go!" yelled the Enormous Crocodile, who was now dangling upside down. "Let me go! Let me go!" "No," said Trunky, "I will not let you go. We've all had quite enough of your clever tricks." Trunky began to swing the crocodile round and round in the air. At first, he swung him slowly. Then he swung him faster, and faster, and faster, and faster still. Soon, the Enormous Crocodile was just a blurry circle going round and round Trunky's head. Suddenly, Trunky let go of the crocodile's tail, and the crocodile went shooting high up into the sky like a huge green rocket. And up he went, higher and higher, faster and faster. He was going so fast and so high that soon the earth was just a tiny dot miles below. He whizzed on and on. He whizzed far into space. He whizzed past the moon. He whizzed past stars and planets until at last... with the most tremendous bang, the Enormous Crocodile crashed head first into the hot, hot sun. And he was sizzled up like a sausage. I hope it's not one of the sausages that Mr. Turner's cooking on the barbecue at the moment. I don't fancy crocodile sausage. That was the end of the Enormous Crocodile. And next week, it'll be over to Mrs. Connor for the next story. Bye-bye, Indigo.